There was something not quite right about the official story, and that there's more to the story than you just, if you're just watching the evening news. You're just not getting the full story. And I was paying attention to the news just like anybody else, just sort of your casual understanding of the news. And it wasn't until about the middle of 2002 when they were starting to get some interesting stories that I think cracked the official story a little bit. What really frustrates me is how quickly people forget. There's stories that come out and people forget. A lot of people don't know. This is another thing that's just sort of fallen down into some void. Bush did some very strange things on the day of 9/11. And in particular, he was at this elementary school for about half an hour, right at the key time, between 9 and 9:30. You know, the first tower was hit at 8:46. And so this is when the hits were happening. And he's at a photo op. There's about 16 elementary school students, and he's reading a story about a pet goat. Just a few minutes into it, one of his aides came in and told him that the second tower had been hit.
Up to lesson 60 on page 153. At the count of 3, everyone should be on page 153. If the yellow paper is going to bother you, drop it. Thank you. Everybody touch the title of your story. Fingers under the title. Get ready to read the title, The Fast Way. We're waiting for one member. Thank you. Fingers under the title of the story. Get ready.
The cat go.
Yes, the cat go. Fingers under the first word of the story. Get ready to read the story the fast way. Get ready.
A girl had a pet goat.
Go on.
She liked to go running with her pet goat.
Go on.
She played with her tail.
Try it again. Get ready from the beginning of that sentence. Get ready.
She played with her goat in her house.
Go on.
She played with her goat in her yard.
Good job. Go on.
But the goat did something that made the girl sad.
Let's clean that up. Get ready. Try it with butt. Get ready.
But the goat did something that made the girl sad mad.
Go on.
The
Exactly right. Ooh, these are great readings.
Yes, they are.
Very impressive. Thank you also very much for showing me your reading skills. I bet they practiced it, don't you?
Oh, yes. That's a requirement. Homework. Reading homework.
Reading more than they watch TV?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
You try to do that? Read more than you watch TV? Oh, that's great. Very good. Very important to practice. Thanks for having it. Very impressive. Read this book.
Closing those closure readers.
He knows at this point that this is a national emergency, and yet he continues to just sit there and read about a pet goat. So I thought that was very, very odd. And just the more you look at his behavior on 9/11, there's just one odd thing after another. This is not the way somebody who's the commander-in-chief should be behaving.
Immediately following the first attack, I implemented our government's emergency response plans.
You got a question? You have a question? Come on underneath. Man's got a question.
First of all, I'm very impressed in how you handled the situation on September 11th.
That's plenty. No.
And
Thank you.
what was the first thing that went through your head when you heard that a plane crashed into the first plane?
Yeah. Well, I was sitting in a schoolhouse in Florida. I'd gone down to tell my little brother what to do, and you can go ahead and sit down. Just kidding, Jeb. And it's the mother in me. Anyway, I was in the midst of learning about a reading program that works. I'm a big believer in basic education, and that it starts with making sure every child learns to read, and therefore we need to focus on the science of reading, not what may feel good or sound good when it comes to teaching children to read. Just getting a plug in for my reading initiative. Anyway, I was sitting there, and my chief of staff, well, first of all, when we walked in the classroom, I had seen this plane fly into the first building. There was a TV set on, and I thought it was pilot error. And I was amazed that anybody could make such a terrible mistake. And something was wrong with the plane, And anyway, sitting there listening to the briefing, and Andy Card came and said, "America is under attack." And in the meantime, this teacher was going on about the curriculum, and I was thinking about what it meant for America to be under attack. It was an amazing thought. But I made up my mind that if America was under attack, we'd get them. I wasn't interested in lawyers. I wasn't interested in lawyers. I wasn't interested in a bunch of debate. I was interested in finding out who did it and bringing them to justice. I also knew that they would try to hide, and anybody who provided haven, help, food would be held accountable by the United States of America. Anyway, it was an interesting day.